by Debbie Dower, who, in case you haven't taken her class before, is absolutely wonderful. She just led our Himalayan Institute retreat, but it's a super fun way to reset body, spirit, mind, all that sort of stuff for the new year. Now, let's do the thing we came here to do, child's pose. Knees out wide, toes together. Reach your fingertips all the way up to the head of your mat. Just start noticing your breath. Deepening with each inhale and every exhale until you start to find a deep rhythmic Ujjayi breath. Listen to the sound of your breath. Now, Ujjayi breath is characterized by two things. The first one is its pattern. So it's inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Now, these pauses are going to be super important for your practice. So I want you to just start noticing them now. The space between your inhale and between your exhale. This is actually the moment when you get to that spot in the breath. This one little place of stillness is where you let the pose land. We're going to take a look at that as we practice today. So set your attention to this particular little point right now. Now, the other part of Ujjayi breath. Take a full breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Take a full breath in. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Now this time, big inhale. Close your mouth, sigh through your nose. That's it. That feeling at the back of your throat, that is Ujjayi breath. It can be lion's breath. It can also literally be translated to the victory breath. Now, on your next inhale, tuck your toes underneath of you. Inhale up to downward facing dog. Keep moving with your breath. So here in down dog, add a little bit of movement to the pose as you breathe. Inhale, bend one knee. Exhale, bend the other. Inhale, up on your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, whatever it is. Move with your breath. I don't care how you want to stretch this pose out. Just do it in a way that you start to get to connect your breath and your body. These two things are going to work together to make this practice happen. Inhale one more time. Exhale. Walk your feet all the way to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Pause at the top. Forward fold. Exhale. Find a pause in each breath. Letting it land. On your exhales, fold as deep as you can go. Get all of the fold here. Now, actively hug your inner ankles back and your outer shins in so that you actually feel a difference in your hips, sides of that. Plug your feet down into the mat, and on your inhale, roll up to standing. All the way up tall. Reach your fingertips high. Exhale and bring your hands to heart center. How we set our breath together is these three ohms. Take a breath in. Inhale, reach up. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in, let it pause. Chaturanga. Pause at the bottom of your chaturanga. Stay here. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good job, guys. 2 big breaths. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale on empty. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Halfway lift. Chaturanga with a pause at the bottom. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Hey, good job, guys. 2 breaths here. Exhale. One more time. In and out. Bend your knees. Hop. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain up and back. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Now start to think about the foundation of the pose. Press through your fingertips. Exhale. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Inhale. Fold. Halfway lift. Drishti. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Good job. In the pauses, see if you can set your drishti. You're letting the pose land, your eyes land. Inhale. Exhale, knees, hop. Halfway lift, forward fold. Chair pose, drishti. Fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior 1. Inhale on the way up. Pause, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior 1. Let the pose land, then move out of it. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. So one thing that I love about these pauses is that it's actually the moment where you get to take control of your practice. Take a nice full breath in here, and on empty, sigh it out. Sorry guys, I've tricked you there. All right, one more time. In, bend your knees, exhale, let's hop. Halfway lift, forward fold. Chair pose, wait for it. Fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Up dog, see one spot, down dog. Right side, warrior 1. Press through your big toes, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, shoulders pull back, downward facing dog. Right side, warrior 1. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior 1. Right? Inhale on the way up. We just did this, right? Chaturanga. Come back down. I appreciate the look you guys give me. Up dog. Down dog. It's very helpful. I'm really not kidding there. All right, we'll do 2 breaths in this down dog and then get back to the pattern, all right? Inhale, let it go, exhale. One last time, breathe in. Bend your knees, hop, feet to hands. Halfway lift, forward fold. Chair pose, shoulders together, fold. Halfway lift, chaturanga. Up dog, downward facing dog, drishti, right side, warrior 1. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog, left side, warrior one. Let it land. Move out. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Hey, Gracie, are we going to do one more sun B this morning? Yes? Okay, here we go, guys. Take your breath in. Bend your knees. Move. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. All your toes up. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Let yourself experience the practice. Up dog to down dog. Right side, warrior one. Feel your feet. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one. Inhale. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Sigh. Pick your right leg up into the air. Kick that heel as high as it'll go. Bend your top knee. Open your hip. Flip dog. Keep breathing. Set your drishti to 1 point. Let it be the anchor for this whole pose. Press through both heels to now lift up and out through your right hand. One more breath. Back over high plank. Side plank. Now, you can add any little bits that you need here. Take your drishti to the ceiling. This pose is about getting light so that you can lift up, flex your feet. And on your inhale, press all of your extremities towards the ceiling. Chaturanga. Up dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Open your mouth. Sigh. Oh, yeah. Inhale. Sigh. Left leg up. Consider sometimes bend your top knee, open up your hip, that your partner next to you might need the sigh more than you do. Flip your dog. Sometimes breathing, especially when you're in the room, is about more than just your breath. It's about your partner too. So breathe for them. Breathe nice and loud. Here you go. Last one. Back over high plank. Side plank, left hand down, right hand straight up towards the ceiling. Now look over that top hand. See if you can create a stretch from your bottom hand all the way through your chest to your top fingertips. Chaturanga. Nice job, Jill. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Side out. Exhale. Right side crescent lunge. Feet wide, drishti up to the ceiling. Eyes up, fingertips up. This pose is about sitting low into your legs, but actually more than that, it's about length from your hips all the way to your fingertips. See if you can challenge yourself to get long. Hips stretching all the way up towards the ceiling. And listen to your body. You have this. Get a smidge lower in the lunge. Just let the pose burn, the tapas build, the heat build, the sweat build. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Now, twisting is all about the breath. It's harder here, so you have to think about pulling the air down into your lungs with each inhale. Twist deep on the exhales. 2 more breaths here. In and out. One more time. Stay for your breath in. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, rise up. Crescent lunge. Warrior 2. Good job, Courtney. Listen, I saw the wobble. I loved the wobble there. Now, low down in this lunge. Tapas. Feel it right here. Let your leg burn. I know. You've been getting crescent lunge and a lunge for a long time. See if you can challenge yourself to reach to the edge of the pose. 1 inch deeper here. Extended side angle. Right hand down, left hand all the way up. If you have the space, Go for a half or full bind by placing your top hand behind you and potentially reaching under with your bottom hand. Yes. The opposite option here, if you're not going for the bind, is reaching both hands forwards. That's it, April. Here we go. One more breath in. Everybody reach. Chaturanga, exhale. Flow through up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Left side crescent lunge, flow straight in. Set your feet wide, drishti up onto the ceiling. Ah, yes. Let yourself find this space of clearing where it's just about your breath and the pulse. Even when you wobble, it's about the way that your body feels right here. In actuality, you're allowed to feel sensation, allowed to feel discomfort, you're allowed to feel mad. Get it all right now. This is it. Lean into it as much as you can. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist to the left. Think about the very center of your chest, pressing forwards and through this pose. Reaching up through your top shoulder towards the ceiling. Get as much into this pose as humanly possible. Last breath here. On your inhale, rise up, and we'll take crescent lunge. Warrior two. Yes, and you can straighten your leg. Don't worry, you're allowed to come out of the pose, but then get right back into it. I'm handing out flip chips, by the way, for the ones of you that I didn't get this morning. You're allowed to flip them either way. Get low in this lunge. I know. Even lower. 1 inch lower. Extended side angle. Now reach this top hand all the way forwards. Oh yeah. Sorry. Half bind, full bind, or reach both hands out front. Take on the option. That's going to lead to your fullest expression in this pose. Yeah, just like that. Breathe in. Chaturanga, exhale. Up dog. Down dog. Breath in. Sigh. Breath in. Sigh. Last time, inhale. Bend your knees, exhale, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. Ah, yes, here we go. The infamous chair pose. Drishti. Hug your low belly up and in the pose. Hug your front rib cage up and in, like you're interlacing your ribs, pulling your shoulder blades together. That's it. Hugging back. 2 more breaths here. Sitting as low as humanly possible. 1 more breath. Fold. Good job. Feet out wide. Pointer fingers around your big toes. Hang all the way down towards the mat. Yeah, check it out. Just make space in your body for something new to be here. Something where you can allow yourself all of that stretch that you're looking for. Let go. You might find that there's something holding you back in this practice. Going, I'm tired, my body doesn't want to stretch today. Oh goodness, that piece of me is sore that I didn't expect. Choose something that you're going to let go. Let your practice be imperfect. Let it be messy. Inhale, pulse. Now, we're going to move into one of my favorite Ignite moves here. Are you guys ready? Sit down low into that chair pose. And on your inhale, pick your heels up off the floor for, what do they call this? Iron footstool? Who's a regular Ignite person? You guys are all 6 a.m. people. I take it back. Sit down 2 inches lower into this pose. Your fingertips are going to have to reach forwards. Keep your heels off of the pose. 1 more breath. Sink your heels down. Hands to heart center. Twist to the right. Ah, I tricked you. Here we go. 2 breaths here. In. Blow it out. Exhale and twist. Last time. Inhale. Twist on the exhale. Breathe in. Rise up. Chair pose. Fold. Bring your feet out wide on the mat. Tuck your palms underneath your toes. Let your head drop all the way down. This practice is about disrupting the drift. It's one of my favorite things about it. Disrupt the drift. You get into these poses and you're like, oh my God, we've done this 1,000 times. I know this pose. But what's interesting about the practice and what's interesting about the pose is letting yourself do something new. Be a beginner again. Discover the pose like you've never done it before. Because your body has never been this body before. Check it out. Is there more fold right here? Can you bend your knees a little bit and hug down? Little bend in your forearms to get all of that delicious fold right here. Chair. Yep, hug into center line. This pose is about center line, even if you don't think so. Sit down low here. Iron footstool, heels up. Ah, yes, yes, yes. You have this for 10, 9, sit low, 8, 7. Oh, you guys, look at that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands to heart center, heels down, twist left. 2 breaths here. In, exhale, twist. 2 more times. And twist. Last one, inhale. Twist on the exhale. Breathe in, rise up, chair pose. Fold. Bring your feet out super wide on the mat. Now bring your feet 1 inch beyond the mat. Hands to heart center, goddess squat. So inner elbows are finding your inner knees here. Now, one super important thing about this pose is to check out your spine, because the immediate reaction is hunch. We're not looking for that. Pull your shoulders back. Sit your hips nice and low. This is actually going to require your low belly hugging up and in as well. If you find that your hips are super tight here, start to add some sway from side to side. Yeah, Biko, I actually think that seems like a great idea this morning. Drop your right hand down to the mat. Press your arm against your right knee, okay? This is going to help. Inhale your left hand up towards the ceiling. That's it. Jeanette and Joyce, see if there's any more twist here. Reaching your hand as high as it can go. And then we'll swap sides. Left hand down, right hand straight up towards the ceiling. Twisting it out. On each exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Last breath. Nicely done. Both hands down. Wide-legged crow pose. So instead of your toes coming together, they're going to lift directly off of the mat behind you. Just a different way to approach crow. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, chaturanga. Upward facing dog on your breath in. Down dog, exhale. Take a breath in. Blow the air out. Feet to hands. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale, roll up to standing. Right arm under, right leg over. Eagle. Angela, you're making me thirsty too up here. Now everybody, sit 1 inch lower into the pose. Find your Ujjayi breath here. Ujjayi is actually the most important in these balancing poses, because that spot, the pause, that is your balance point. See if you can find that on the pauses between your inhales and between your exhales. Let the pose land. Inhale, step out. Left arm under, left leg over, eagle, left side. Keep here. Notice the way that the breath influences the pose. Those little micro adjustments that your body makes. Inhale, step out. Second set, right arm under, right leg over. Move your drishti to the ground about 4 feet in front of you. And slowly migrate your elbows to your knees. Use your belly muscles to make this migration happen. That's it. When you get here, hold for just a breath or two. Let your body reacclimate. Then unwrap your legs. Right side airplane. Oh, yes. I know you've got this. That's it. Stretch in the pose. Let your right hip drop down so that it's level with the left one. Yes, good job. Bend your bottom knee a little bit more. Half moon. Use the pause in the pose to make this all happen. You've got it here. Balancing in those quick little moments of stillness as you lift that top hip as high as it'll go. Take a breath in. Forward fold. Shake your legs out. You're good. On your inhale, roll up to standing. And we'll try it again. Left arm under, left leg over. Now you know you're collecting all of these poses. We're going to put them all together. So set up for that. Create the foundation necessary. Press your big toe into the mat. It's always your big toe that has to press down here, the knuckle of it. Now, belly muscles active, elbows to knees, nice and slow. Use your breath to get there. It's an aid. Pause. Airplane legs. Oh yeah, you can come straight out to it. Good job. Now all the length from one end of the pose to the other. Get super long here. Take half moon. Right hand down, left hand up towards the ceiling. We're going to look to stack our hips here. That's it. Reach up through this top hand, press. Take a full breath in, flex your top foot, forward fold. You can shake your legs out. Oh, trust me, I know. On your inhale, roll all the way up to stand. We're going to take dancer, right side. We'll do one set of these. So right hand back, soft part of your elbow facing out. Dancer. Lift your back knee 1 inch higher. Switch sides. Left side dancer. Reach end to end, side to side, as much length as you can get. Pose lands in the pause. Last breath, and your feet come down. We'll take right side tree pose. So right foot to your ankle, your shin, or your thigh. There's some alternative variations to this pose that you're welcome to take on as well. But generally set up for tree pose. Bring your hands to heart center. And then reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Hug your front ribs into center and then pull your lowest belly up and in. So you're getting super tall in this pose. Last breath. Switch sides. Left side tree pose. Foot at your ankle, your shin, or all the way up at your thigh. Hands to heart center. With your hands at heart center, get the feeling of grounding that's needed before you can add to the pose. Big toe presses down. Then inhale, reach your fingertips up. Once you have that foundation, stretch as tall as you can go, raising a whole extra inch towards the ceiling. Both feet down. Everybody to the head of your mat. Inhale, extended mountain when you get here. Fold, exhale. Halfway lift, breath in. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog on your inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Bring your right foot forwards. Now from here, your back foot is going to jump up to the head of your mat as well. It sits to the left side, to the right side of your right foot. So it's stretching around and behind. I'm going to come a little bit closer to the camera just so Jeanette and Joyce can see. So left leg is going to be straight, right leg bends. What you're looking for here is a nice long stretch from your hip, the left hip, honestly, the whole way down into your ankle. You can use some blocks under your fingertips if you need a little bit more help here. See if you can drive your big toe mound straight down into the mat. Yeah, just like that. Are you getting a stretch on the outside of your leg? Yes. Okay, good stuff. Now just breathe here. Is anybody not feeling anything? No? Okay, that's a great sign. Good job. Keep breathing. Your breath is changing your body at a cellular level. Put your attention on the area that you want to have transformation in, and then breathe. Like that is literally it. It is a two-step process. Attention to one spot, breathe. Let's take one more breath here. On your inhale, uncross your legs, roll all the way up to standing. Yes, you can shake out your legs to, if you'd like to. Face the long end. You know what? Half split or full split. We're just going to go straight there. Is anybody dying for a side-facing wide-legged forward fold? We can take one on. Nope? Okay, cool. Half split, full split. So come down onto your knees. We're going to start with the left leg today, all right? So left leg out in front of you. Hands down to blocks or whatever props that you need to make this pose happen. Now, actively press your left hip crease backwards. Something that I noticed in our practice, it's traditional to start with the right side first. There's a long history about why we start with the right leg first. But for me and my body, this actually causes an imbalance when I do it all the time. My right leg is way more flexible than my left leg. I also have a hip injury on the left. But sometimes it's fun to switch your practice up. Flex your front foot. And now add a little sprinkle more of spice. You determine what that is, whether it's coming 1 inch lower into the pose, whether it's just flexing your front foot more. That's it. Gracie, press that left hip crease backwards. Yeah, draw the right forwards just like that. Good job. Now from here, one more breath, and we're going to move out of this, all right? So come all the way through to downward facing dog. I don't care how you want to get there. We're going to land in down dog. Take a full breath in. Exhale. Left foot comes forwards. And now we're going to hop the right foot forwards. Again, right foot lands on the outer left side of your left foot. In this pose, your front leg, aka your left leg, bends, right leg straightens. You're looking for a stretch that starts at your ankle and reaches the whole way up into your left hip. That's it. All you have to do is breathe. You know that pinching you get at your low back after sitting all day or standing all day? That is your sciatic nerve saying, I've had way enough of you. This is a pose to stretch out that nerve. You can actually really specifically feel it. On days where I'm super tight in my hips, I can literally feel where this nerve starts right by your spine and feel it reach the whole way down across my hip and down into your ankle. Take a second to notice where this nerve is stretching by your knee. Take note of how far down your leg you can feel it. See if you can pop your hip out a little bit just for this last breath, a little extra stretch. Uncross your legs and we'll come down for half split variations. Half split, full split on the right hand side this time. So right heel out in front of you, preferably off the end of your mat, foot flexed, actively pulling your right hip backwards. I think most of us have seen the default demo of this pose. But the default here is as you work into this split, you start with your hips level, but you accidentally get to turning your hips towards the side of your mat. This is not the split you're looking for. Both hips facing forwards, even as you deepen this pose. So think about your right hip pulling backwards and your left hip reaching forwards. Flex your front foot. Add the spice in these last 2 breaths. As spicy as you can get it. Turn it up the whole way. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And into downward facing dog. Take your breath in. Exhale all the way out to a high plank. Lower onto your belly. Hands out wide. Locust pose. Press down. Lift up. Inhale. Locust for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down onto your mat. Knees side to side. Rock right. Rock left. Second set. Press down. Lift up. Inhale. Locust pose as long as you can get for 5, 4. Neck long. 3, 2, 1. And down. Rock your knees side to side. We're going to floor bow. We'll do 2 sets. So you can do it half bow, full bow. Ready. Set. Yogis, go. Press your shins back. Your feet. 5, 4. Keep breathing. 3. Seriously. 2, 1. And down. Rock your knees side to side. Oh, yeah, Jill. Hug your knees together behind you. That's it. Now, everybody, press down. Lift up. Inhale. Floor bow. Round 2. Hug your knees into center line. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Knock your knees side to side. Take an upward facing dog. Inhale, up dog. Reach from your pelvis to your head. Camel. Now bring your blocks with you for camel. We're going to move and work with our core muscles here in igniting. Does everyone have a block? Yes. Okay, good job. Sit your block between your knees. And Joyce, at home, you can use anything relatively block-sized. Sit it, I don't know, this mid-direction, right between your knees. The block can sit, don't put it on the ground, it's a little harder. Sit it up on your thighs. Now from here, I want you to hug into center line. Hug in with your legs until you can feel your core get active here. Yep, so it's got to be a real deep hug there. Now put your hands in your back pockets. And on your inhale, lift the center of your chest up. We're not really looking for the back bend here. What we're looking for is your belly engaging. All right, we're supporting the back bend by getting our core super active. Hug, hug, hug for this last breath. On your inhale, rise up. Then we're going to lay the whole way back into bridge. Yep, so however you want to get. Right? Bridge pose. That's what I was looking for. Yes. So you can remove your blocks, get all the way back into bridge. But once we're here, we're actually going to grab our blocks again. So don't throw them too far away. All right? Blocks are going to sit right between your knees. What I want you to do is take a little mini bridge here with your hands at your pelvis. Now I want you to tuck your tailbone underneath of yourself and lay your whole spine down on the mat. So your shoulders all the way down to your hips should be touching here. Take a big breath in. Empty all the air out. Hold the empty. Now hug up and in through your core. What you'll feel here are some deep core muscles turning on. Take a breath in. All of the air out. I mean, empty, empty, empty. With the breath out, hug in. This should almost feel like you're breathing in. Come to a natural breath rate. So what we're going to use is that technique. We call it a vacuum belly, pressing all the air out to really deeply engage your abdominals and then lift into bridge. The trick here is keeping those abdominals engaged while you're in bridge pose. As soon as you feel them disengage, just bring your hips back down. So take a breath in. Exhale all the air out, hug into the block, come up into bridge pose. You should feel a connection from your low ribs to your hip points on the front side of your body there. Keep breathing, little breaths here. Fully engaging your core. Then bring your hips back down to the mat. You can knock your knees side to side, but really this is a reset for your spine. So flat spine. Take a breath in. Empty all of the air out. Hug your hips up. Little bridge pose. Fully engaged in the belly for 10, 9, hugging in, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips back down. All right, remove your block now and drop your knees side to side real quick. Release your low back. Don't worry, don't throw the block away. It's coming back here. Take your block, sit it underneath of your hips this time. So behind your sacrum, not at your low spine, not at your tailbone, right above your butt, okay? Now, bring your right leg up into the air and flex your foot. On your exhale, lower your foot towards the ground. You're gonna feel your abs engaging to make this happen. The slower you go, the more engagement. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, nice, slow, lower. Seriously, if you do this fast, you're just not going to get the core at all. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, slow, lower, like as slow as you can go. Race your neighbor. Who can get there last? Inhale, bring it back up. One more time. Exhale, super slow, lower. Flex your foot. Bring it down. Inhale, back up, and we'll switch sides. So bend this right knee, put it back down on the mat. Inhale, left foot up into the air. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower, nice and controlled. Inhale, up. 3 more times. Exhale, lower, foot flexed. Inhale, up. Foot flexed and lower. This is the last one. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Here you go. Really flex the foot, hugging up and in. Inhale, bring that foot back into the air. All right, yogis, put it back on the floor. Remove your blocks out from underneath of you. Bring your knees to 90 degrees. Press your hands up against the top of your knees. If you're down here low on your thighs, no core work happens. Up here high on your knees and hug in. So the more that core works, the more you're going to press. Pressing from both sides. Take a nice big breath in. Exhale, extend your right hand, extend your right leg. Inhale, bring them back up. Hand way up here. Yeah. Exhale, lower left hand, left leg. Inhale, bring them up. Opposite side. Keep moving with your breath. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Keep the hand that's pressing against your knee pressing hard. Keep moving side to side. Your lowest abs are engaged for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock head to toe 3 times. What time is it? Yeah, all right. Rock head to toe 3 times. We'll make our way to right side half pigeon. Finding those deep core muscles can be a bit of a challenge, but they're really worth it to learn how to engage them and how to properly use them in poses. Because oftentimes what happens is that we end up engaging the top layer of our muscle. And that's okay. That's what most like core exercises that you would think of, that's what a lot of them are getting at, the top layer of muscle. Bye, Greg. Have a great day. What we're looking for is engaging the deepest layer of muscles. And that's not something that we're often trained how to do. So don't beat yourself up if you don't get it the whole time. To be honest, when I'm doing my practice, you're going to see me in and out of bridge the whole time in igniting. That's just what happens because it takes a long time to learn how to engage those muscles. And sometimes they just turn off and you have to start over. Use your belly to provide stability here. Let your breath come easy. Find your Ujjayi breath here. 4 parts. Letting those little poses be the moment, little pauses, being the moment where you let the full experience of the pose land. In your inhales, we're going to add a tiny bit of movement, which is just inhale and stretch your spine long. Exhale, fold deep into the pose. The moments between these breaths are the moments where you get to let it land. Have the full experience. See if you can find a release in the pose, a letting go of control. You can do it this way. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Let it become this little mantra. Let go. One that you can softly repeat to yourself over and over. Let your body live into this experience. You guys, a real creation here. See if you can keep your attention on your breath as you switch into the left side. So still keeping with your mantra, let go. Let go. When your mind wants to start wandering away, nudge it back to your breath, back to your mantra, let go. Take a breath in and out. Bring your weight to your left hip. Swing your right leg around. We'll take staff pose. Reach both feet out in front of you. Arms reach out in front of you. Yep, so sitting up. And then on your exhale, slowly lower all the way back down. Up, rolling all the way onto your spine. Oh yeah, sorry. No. Well, you know what? Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, seated forward fold. Reach for your toes. I realize that now the description of those two things are actually almost the same. So fold all the way forwards. Now on your inhale, sit up. Reach your hands out in front of you. Exhale, roll onto your spine. We're going to get upside down in waterfall and shoulder stand in an inversion, whatever it means to get your hips up above your heart one last time. Go for that. Actively hug up and in through your belly. And then press your heels towards the ceiling. Shoulder stands come to plow. Plow move to deaf yogis. Now for everyone, slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll down onto your mat. Hug your knees up into your chest when you get there. Let them fall to the left side of your body, knees left, eyes right. Let yourself experience the full settling of this pose. There's a cold eye towel by the upper right-hand corner of your mat for my yogis in the studio. Feel free to use it. Hug your knees up into center. Let them fall to the right this time. Eyes over your left shoulder. Hug your knees into your chest. Take Shavasana. Let your legs and arms go out long. Create stillness for yourself. Letting your whole body down onto the mat with each and every breath. Bring your mantra to mind. Let go. With every breath, see if you can let your whole body live into that expression. Let go. See if there's any lingering tension that you can let go of. To fully relax down onto the mat. Letting every piece of your body get settled for the rest of your day. Deepen your breath. Slowly find some wiggle for your fingers and for your toes. Your next breath in, interlace your fingertips and then reach them up overhead for a full body stretch. Inhale as long as you can get. Exhale, relax onto the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Make your way onto the right side of your body with your forehead resting on the mat. Your next inhale, make your way up to a seated position. Inhale your fingertips up and exhale your hands down to heart center. We'll close class and seal it all in with one Om. Take a breath in. Bring your thumb knuckles up to forehead center. Thank you all so much for showing up for yourself, for your neighbor, and for me too. Together we bow our heads and we say, Namaste. Thank you, everyone. So good to see you this morning. Thank you for coming in. If you're interested in Debbie's detox workshop, chat with me at the front desk, or otherwise you can sign yourselves up online on our website. It was great to see you. Bye, Jeanette. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great day. And to all my yogis who are practicing a week from now, a month from now, thank you for coming and practicing as well. Have a great day. Bye.